Hello everyone, it's me again here today. I want to treat a topic, understanding land titles in Nigeria. But before then, I want to introduce myself properly in case this is your first time coming to my channel. My name is Amaka, a real estate consultant in Nigeria. I bring the best of real estate opportunities and informations for Nigerians in Nigeria, for Nigerians in diaspora and non-Nigerians. In case you are a non-Nigerian, you want to invest in Nigeria, I will guide you. And if you are in diaspora, you want to invest in nice properties, in prime properties, I will guide you and advise you on which to go for. So that takes us back to our topic for today. Today's topic is understanding land titles in Nigeria. You know, like it is well known that the 1978 Land Use Act gave the government a sole ownership of all land. As in, the government owns the whole land in Nigeria, but it is being controlled by the state government. But fortunately, this same law recognizes ancestral owners, ancestral ownership of land. As a law recognizes the ancestral owners. By virtue that all land belongs to government, we have two categories. The first category is the global acquisition, and the second category is the committed acquisition. The global acquisition simply means that yes, this land or of a truth belongs to the government, but the government does not have a plan towards this land. They don't have a purpose, they don't have a plan for the land. It means the ancestral owners can actually request to get it. That is what the global acquisition simply means. The land truly belongs to government, but government does not have any plan for it. So the ancestral owners can actually come and make a request and say, oh, we want this land. The second one is committed acquisition. Committed acquisition means the land truly belongs to government and government have a purpose for this. Probably in future they want to build a health center, they want to build they want to build government schools, they have so many plans for that land. It may take years, but still it is committed. They will still come back and get their land. So that is why I always advise my viewers and my subscribers, make your inquiry about any land that you are buying. Don't just commit because it can be there, it may be there for years. Government is not coming, has not started anything on it. But if it's since it's a committed land, they would definitely one day come, because we've had several scenarios like that. For years there was nothing going on there, but at some point the government came back to get what belongs to them, to start their project on that land. There are so many instances like that. That is not what we are going to talk about today. So this type of land, this committed land, cannot be transferred back to the ancestral owners. This parcel of land, government has a project for it. It may take years, it may take forever, but it is committed. It belongs to the government. They are coming back to get it. That is why it's called committed acquisition. Remember, I said the global acquisition still is a government land, but government don't have plans for it, meaning the government is going to give it back to the ancestral owners. They have the right to request to get it. That is, the ancestral owners have the right to request for the parcel. So the global acquisition is where the community or ancestral owners can actually go and say, government, so please, we want this parcel of land, we want to use it, whatever. So that process in which the community or ancestral owners go to the government to say, we want this land, please give it back to us. That process that they are applying is what is referred to acquisition in process. It's called acquisition in process. So at times you see acquisition in process. It is not a land title. Excision in process is not a land title. It is actually the process by which the ancestral owners or the community take the process by which the community or ancestral owners go through to get the land excised. So it's more like saying this is the status of the land. When they say, oh, this land now, what is going on this land? They say, oh, what is happening is that we have started the excision process. So is in process. They as in acquiring, like coming to knock for a bride, or want to marry your daughter. That process is what, that process of going to knock on the door to get a bride. That process in land issue now is what is called excision in process. So when you see a land that they write excision in process, excision in process is not a title. It's not a land title. It is a process. It is a status of the land. That is the level the land have gotten to. The community or ancestral owners have applied to get that land excised back to them, so that they will be the original, they will be the owners of that land. Now it will be in their own name, and the community or the ancestral owners, it will not be in their own name. So that is excision in process. It is not a title. It's rather a process by which getting back the land from the government. Then that process will now lead that land to be if government approves that excision. It means now the land is being excised. That is when you get, if that government approves that excision, now the land will now be excised to the ancestral owners, or the community. The land now belongs to the community. Or they can now say, oh, this land as government approved excision. It means it's no longer belonging to the government. It's now belonging to that community or ancestral owners. So they can do as they want. The government is not saying, okay, we've given you this land, you can do as you want with it. You can, whatever thing you want to do with this land, it has been excised to this community. It's no longer belonging to us, the government. So that is what excision means. Government approved excision. Government have approved this land to this so community. That is what excision means. Government approved excision. So excision as it is a land title. The first one I mentioned, excision in process, is not a land title. Rather, it is the status of the land, the process that the land is going through. While excision is a land title, meaning the land now belongs to the community or the ancestral owners by which the government has given it to them. Government have no hand in that land again because it has already been excised. So the title on that land now is excision. It has been excised to the ancestral owners or to the community. So while government have done that, the government will now want to announce it to the public and say, oh, this land before was under our custody, but now it is no longer in our custody. It's no longer belonging to us. We don't have hand in it. Is now belonging to so community or ancestral owners. So our hands and our legs are no longer there. In that process, what government will do is that they will now register it. They will publish it in their gazette. When the process, so when this land have been excised, the government will now announce it. They will say, this land used to be ours, but now we have given it to the original owners. We have given it now to this community. It's now their community. They will announce it by way of recording it in their gazette. You know, gazette is a government book where all important government information are being recorded. So government will now record it in that book, in their record in gazette. So telling the whole world that, oh, this land used to be ours, but now since we have not given it out to the original owners or what blah blah, so it now belongs to this community or this ancestral owner. So our hands are not there. They will not put it in their record. So that is when we say the land has a gazette as the title. So in this process now, the land has a gazette as a title. So the title on the land now is now gazette. It has been gazetted. Is a good title too. It's one of the titles. Is one of the titles that a land has. So The next on my list is the C of O, certificate of occupancy. Certificate of occupancy is, like I said, all land belongs to the government. So C of O simply means a land that is being leased by the state government for a period of 99 years. So after 99 years, we don't know what happens. So it's still a debate. Everybody is still confused. After that 99 years, what happens? So C of O is a lease of land for a period of 99 years. So after 99 years, I don't know what will happen to the land. Whether it will go back to the ancestral owners, whether it will go back to the government, we don't really know. It's still a debate that everybody is pondering on. We cannot answer. I don't even have an answer for that. So C of O is one of the land titles that is really, really good for a land. It's the good land title that you should look out for also. And the land title most times influences the price of land. You can see two lands in the same place. Each of them will carry different prices. You say, well, they are on the same axis now, or the same location. Why is the price different? This is, at times, the land, the title on the land is what has influenced the price of that land. So land title have a very big role to play in the prices of land. So, and it has a very big role to play also. So C of O is gotten once, you cannot get it twice. So if I own a land now and the C of O is on my name, if I'm transferring ownership to someone else, the person will not have to do a C of O. The person cannot get a C of O again. C of O cannot be gotten twice. It's just once. And once you get it, so if I'm selling that land to someone else, it means the person will have to do a governor's consent. So governor's consent is what the next owner, the buyer, will have to do in his or her name. You don't have to go and you can't do C of O twice. So if you buy a land now that has a C of O, you can only get a governor's consent. Governor's consent is a way of you going to the government to stamp and consent to the C of O that, this land now belongs to you, the new owner. It will now be in your name. Everything now will now be in your name. You will now perfect the title in your own name, no longer on my own name. So that is what governor's consent is all about. It's in fact one of the highest titles. It's the best so far, because with it you now have that land on your name. It's now on your name. You can now do as you want with that land. But if you want to still leave it on the C of O, it will still be their own name. So, but if after selling to you, you now say, oh no, let me go and perfect this title, you still need to perfect it. If you buy a land and has it, you still need to go and perfect it in your own name. Go to the government office, they will stamp it and register a consent on it on your own name. Everything will now be perfected in your own name. That is governor's consent. It's one of the best titles also to consider when buying a land. So others are survey plan and deed of assignment. These are not land titles per se. They are not land titles, because most times people mistake them for land titles. They are not land titles, but they are very, very, very important when it comes to land acquisition, when you want to buy a land. Its survey plan and deed of assignment are very, very important, because survey plan is a document that shows the measurement of the boundary of the parcel to prove the identity of the land, as it is clearly mapped out and define legal boundaries. When buying a land, survey plan is very necessary, as it gives accurate measurement of the land you have bought. It gives description of the land, so that you will not buy a land that is in the right of way of the government, or a land under government acquisition, and it is registered in the Surveyor General's office, and we call this a red copy. And when you have this registered survey plan, it means the land is free, because you cannot get registered under government acquisition. So you now understand that survey plan is not a is not a land title, but rather it is the status of the land that you are about to buy. It shows all the boundaries, all the measurements, everything that you really, some things, the measurement of the land, so that you not go and buy expressway, you not go and buy a acquired land. So the survey, the survey plan is what will show you what the extent to which the land falls, the measurement, the size, and how everything, it's the boundaries, that's the real boundaries of the land. Then the next one is deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is very, very important too, but it is not a land title. It is actually a status of the land. It is actually the agreement of a transfer of ownership. Deed of assignment is actually transfer of ownership from the seller to the buyer. So this is making it known that, oh, this land, I was the owner of this land before, but I've now transferred ownership. The date and everything that you need to know about that transaction is included in a deed of assignment. And if you buy a land or acquire a land that does not have a deed of assignment, I want to tell you, it's very, very wrong. Try as much as you can. Not only the receipt, make sure you get your deed of assignment intact before you conclude your land transactions. So your deed of assignment, but if you are buying from from us, that is, we are developing company, we make sure you get all those documents, make it very easy for you. But if you are buying from ancestral owners or moneyless, then you can always make sure you request. But if you are buying from developers, we make it very easy for you that you get all these documents, your survey plan, and the rest of them. We make sure you get them. Your deed of assignment is that document. So it is very important in real estate. Deed of assignment is very, very important. After getting your deed of assignment, it is important also for you to take it to the land registry, register it. That is when it's become legal. So you lodge it in the land registry. Make sure you register it, because this is when the transaction is now deemed legal. So you won't have anything to worry about when you have all these documents, when you know all these documents, and you are sure of the transaction. Now you have your survey, you have the title on the document, you have your deed of assignment. You are good to go. So I think with this little, I'll still bring you some other updates on the real estate informations. I will give you some more information on real estate, so that I want you to be well informed when you are buying a property, because most times you won't blame some people, you won't blame my person. They too may not understand these things. They may not understand it, because at times I always advise make sure you ask, what is this title? If you are someone that wants to buy and start building immediately, know the kind of title that you should go for. If you are the one that you want to buy for land banking, know the kind of title that you go for. So there are some documents that are 50-50. What if it's not being approved? So always put all these things into consideration. Why I'm bringing you this information is so that you be well informed about every process, every land process that you want to take or in real estate. And so stay tuned to my channel. In case this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe, comment, share, like. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you, I'm grateful. Share, like, comment. So till I come your way again sometime, I don't know when I'll do this kind of video again, but I wish I can always be bringing this information, because they are very, very, very important. So stay tuned and give me a call. Let's talk. Thank you very much. Once again, it's me, Amaka.